Here's a fun little game. Go to the replies of a single tweet of any big YouTuber, Markiplier for example, preferably a selfie since those are the biggest feeding grounds for the people I'm going to talk about in today's video, and count how many people in the replies have that YouTuber as their profile picture. Maybe make a drinking game out of it. You'll probably die. A good example is this tweet from Markiplier. Silly, relatable, sexy. Just scroll down. I scrolled down for about 15 minutes and I counted around 127. Little warning though, the deeper you go, the more depressed you get, seeing people like Marky Fan, Marley. Jesus fucking Christ. Hi, welcome back to Small Talks, where I make a video that's under 10 minutes because I am willing to sacrifice my precious ad revenue to make content for you. Today's topic is idolizing YouTubers, or just idolizing in general. There are a lot of people on social media these days who worship big names like gods. Usually these people are lonely and have a lot of free time to praise and admire one specific person to a significant and kinda creepy extent just to get their attention and respect. Victims of people like this are those like Leafy is Here, Ricegum, Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie, Jacob Sartorius, Dan and Phil, the list goes on. Most of these people usually either ignored or unseen by the thousands of people desperately leeching to get a single interaction from their almighty king or queen. They will reply to every single tweet, like every post, put them in their bio, change their name, even their profile picture, making their only identity on the internet just another desperate clinging clone of the other with nothing other to do with their lives than print out thousands of posters of Leafy is Here and come on them until the spirit of Calvin himself comes out of those wet sticky posters saying, "You've been noticed." Sometimes Leafy is Here and a few others will acknowledge these people, giving them nothing more than a 5-second orgasm, eventually leading to never having a single interaction again for probably the rest of their lives. Even then, they'll put them in their bios like a trophy that this big name liked their tweet on fucking January 3rd at 2:53 p.m. It's actually pretty depressing when you think about it. Step 1. Change your name to Markiplier heart emoji. Step 2. Change your profile picture to a picture of that popular person. Probably a picture that you'd find attractive. Step 3. Acknowledge any moment where this person may have fucking touched your arm for like a second at a convention and tell everyone how special you are amongst the thousands of people who are leeching just like you. Maybe even be friends with these people when deep inside you hate each other because he's mine. I know Marky loves me. And if you were to even say that to another Marky fan, it will be bloody. Step 4. Reply to every one of their tweets, like every tweet and video. Abandon your family and friends to get that one single moment of attention from God himself. The only person who can give you happiness in your sad, lonely life. When realistically, they will probably never even know you exist as anything other than just another tryhard. If you are one of these people, please think about what you're doing. You won't get noticed doing this. And if any of them do notice you, it's probably because they're bored and want to feel better about themselves. They won't remember you. You're not special when this is your Twitter account. If anything, you're the exact opposite of special. You're a petty follower. You waste your time and it's actually depressing. The creepy part too is that for a lot of people, they don't just do this for fun. They actually praise them. It's like their religion. Every day they wake up and the first thing they think of is that person, if they even sleep at all. It's like a long distance relationship with someone who doesn't even love you back. They barely know you, yet this person who they probably don't even know on a personal level is the reason they wake up every day. Like, let's be real for a second. I guess I can kinda understand why you'd look up to someone like maybe Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, even Dan. I can understand that. But when you come to me and say someone like Leafy is someone you will devote your life to, someone who, in my personal opinion, I don't think is that attractive or inspirational in any sense, somehow he has people who are obsessed with him and will devote their lives to them. I honestly don't know why you would want to date someone like that. Well, whatever. It's your life, I guess. I'm not even angry at these people. I just think it's really sad, honestly. Especially when you don't know how genuine this person you're looking up to really is. Fair enough. Maybe they helped you with your depression. Maybe they make you laugh and smile. That's fine. But it's no excuse to praise them and have a crush on them, because all that does is make you clingy and unlikable to that person and the people around you. Because you never know when this person you've had a high amount of respect for turns out to be a fucking child predator. If any of you have seen or read Misery by Stephen King, it's a story about a writer who gets kidnapped and forced to finish a story called Misery. I'm not saying everyone who worships a popular person is a psychopath, but you can't deny the connection exists, and it's actually kind of scary. Like, I can honestly see some of you fangirls going out of your way to kidnap your favorite personality if you had the chance, and I'm sure it's a fear that a lot of famous people constantly think about. And the only reason they have to think this way is because they're a clingy fucking weirdo with no self-control or boundaries for the person they admire to a ridiculous extent. This is kind of something I noticed. starts. Like, usually an obsession starts with admiration for what they do. Fair enough, that's cool. You like them, you watch them, super casual. Then they kind of start to dig a little deeper. They learn about their personal life, they make it a routine to watch them every day. A little weird, but it's still perfectly okay, honestly. But any further than that is an obsession, and that's where things get weird. Profile picture, bio, reply to every tweet, comment on every video, beg and plead for attention, godly respect, admiration, even if just for 1 second, their only motivation being to get noticed by someone who probably just sees them as a mild annoyance amongst hundreds who are exactly the same. And if you're one of these people, you should actually seek help. Luckily, I'm not relevant or attractive enough to have any sort of followers like this. I mean, I've had one or two in the past. I've even had people hunt down for my email, my Skype, and other information.
Surprise, it's me, even more irrelevant YouTuber Zalglue here. I want to say that even though me and Pengicitis over here are pretty irrelevant, believe it or not, we both had to deal with one obsessive fan in the past who just copied everything we did, sent us creepily sexual messages, replied to every tweet we made, and seemed to do the same kind of shit with even bigger names like Mama Max and controversial teddy bear over here. All because of their over-idolization of YouTubers. I'll probably go more into detail on this personal story about mine and Pengicitis' experience over on my channel, which should either be out now or on my backlog. Either way, it'll be out at some point soon. Anywho, I shall give the attention back to Penguini Boy over here.
Thanks, Aglu. Make sure to subscribe to him if you're interested in our little story about the time we were basically harassed by a stalker fan for weeks. Anyway, as I was saying before, idolizing, obsessing, or just being generally clinging to a popular person is one of the most unlikable personalities on the internet. It's perfectly fine to really like someone who is popular, but if you're going to a great extent just to waste your time trying to get their attention and respect, you are a very sad person. You want a Markiplier t-shirt? Cool. Don't buy 10 of them. You want to be the first like on Jacksepticeye's new video or Leafy's new video? Sounds fun, but don't do it every day or screenshot it every single fucking time you do it. Get some sleep, you fucking weirdo. And most importantly, make sure your social media represents you and your personality and not the obsession with someone who will probably never notice you. You like a big YouTuber? Cool. Have fun. Enjoy their videos. Reply to some tweets. That's fine. But don't worship them. Don't idolize them. Find respect for people who are closer to you, but don't be obsessive. Because one day you may come to learn that idolizing someone for so long may eventually lead to disappointment. So I say if you have no contact with them personally, don't obsess over them or crush over them like they are the answers to finding your true happiness. Because they're not. The truth hurts, but once you learn to stop idolizing, you'll come to realize how much more freedom you have not having to grab the attention of someone who really doesn't care about you that much. Because there may be someone out there who you value more than your biggest idol. Someone out there who you're willing to spend the rest of your life with, who's right in front of you. But you were too busy trying to get the attention of someone who will never notice you. So, in a nutshell, you can watch someone like Markiplier all you like. Just don't be creepy about it.